the escalating tensions between Iran and Israel, a conflict that has seen recent developments bringing us to the brink of a significant regional confrontation. So Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warns of a crushing response to Israeli strikes. The stakes have never been higher. So in this video, we will unpack the series of events leading up to this moment, analyze the potential implications, and explore what might happen next. To understand the current situation, we need to look at the broader context of the Middle East conflict, which has been marked by decades of tension, wars, and political strife. Israel and its neighbors, particularly Iran and its proxies like Hezbollah, have been in a perpetual state of conflict. This section will provide an overview of the historical background and the recent escalation in tensions. The recent declaration by Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. He warned of a crushing response to Israeli strikes on Iranian military and missile defense sites. This statement comes in the wake of a series of violent incidents that have significantly escalated military actions in the region. Khamenei hinted that retaliation might not come directly from Iran, but could involve allied forces in the region. Despite the threats, analysts suggest that Israel maintains a military advantage, complicating the potential for Iranian retaliation. This brings us to a critical point. While Iran's direct military response might be limited, their network of proxies across the Middle East presents a significant threat to Israel and its allies. Israeli airstrikes on Iran military sites have intensified, targeting Iranian air defense systems protecting critical energy sites. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claimed these strikes achieved their objectives, significantly damaging Iran's military capabilities. Iranian leaders have expressed their right to respond to these attacks, but they have adopted a measured public stance. Ayatollah Khamenei warned against overreacting but stated that Iran retains the ability to act strategically. So this delicate balance of power underscores the potential for a broader conflict if miscalculations occur. Civilian casualties have been reported in both Gaza and Lebanon due to ongoing military actions. Meanwhile, the United Nations Security Council is set to hold an emergency meeting to address the situation, emphasizing the international community's concern over the potential for further escalation. Israeli intelligence has indicated Iran is planning an attack on Israel from Iraqi territory, potentially occurring before the upcoming U.S. presidential election on November 5th. So the operation is likely to involve a significant number of drones and ballistic missiles, coordinated through pro-Iranian militias in Iraq. This strategy could be Tehran's way of mitigating the risks of Israeli retaliatory strikes on its own strategic locations. So this planned attack comes amid ongoing military exchanges between Israel and Iran, including Israeli airstrikes on missile manufacturing sites in Iran following a large missile assault by Iran and on Israel. General Jack Keane, a senior strategic analyst, commented on the severity of the Israeli strikes on Iran. He indicated that the damage to Iran is greater than what is publicly reported, suggesting a significant blow to Iran's military infrastructure. Iran has threatened a definitive and painful retaliatory attack in response to the recent aggression from Israel. This rhetoric aligns with Khamenei's earlier warning of a crushing response, adding to the tension and uncertainty surrounding the potential for a wider conflict. This information was discussed on Fox News, highlighting the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East and the related military strategies. The situation remains critical, with potential implications for regional stability and international relations. So Israeli intelligence has indicated Iran is planning an attack on Israel from Iraqi territory. This operation is likely to involve a significant number of drones and ballistic missiles coordinated through pro-Iranian militias in Iraq. This strategy may serve as a way for Tehran to mitigate risks of Israeli retaliatory strikes on its own strategic locations. The potential date for this attack is around the U.S. presidential election on November 5th, highlighting the geopolitical implications of the timing. This situation emerges amid ongoing military exchanges between Israel and Iran, including Israeli airstrikes on missile manufacturing sites in Iran following a large missile assault by Iran and Israel. Barack Ravid tweeted that the Biden administration warned Iran against launching another attack on Israel, stressing it won't be able to restrain the Israelis. This adds another layer of complexity to the already tense situation, indicating that the U.S. is closely monitoring the developments and is prepared to support Israel if needed. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has ordered his military to prepare for a direct retaliation against Israel following significant Israeli airstrikes that targeted crucial Iranian military facilities. This order follows a meeting with Iran's Supreme National Security Council, where reports detailed the substantial damage caused by Israeli forces. Iranian officials warned that a lack of response to Israel's attacks would signify defeat, emphasizing the high stakes involved in their decision-making process. This development underscores the gravity of the situation, as both nations prepare for potential escalations. The international community is closely watching these moves, recognizing the potential for a broader conflict that could have far-reaching consequences. Efforts to revive ceasefire negotiations are ongoing. U.S.-Israeli officials are in Qatar discussing reviving negotiations aimed at a ceasefire in Gaza and the release of hostages. Egypt has proposed a new ceasefire plan, including a temporary truce and prisoner exchanges. And meanwhile, Israeli airstrikes in northern Gaza have resulted in significant casualties, with reports of dozens killed and wounded. An Israeli strike in Sidon, Lebanon, killed 8 and injured many, escalating retaliatory actions by Hezbollah. The UN Security Council will convene to discuss the Israeli attacks on Iran, as requested by Iran's foreign minister. The situation reflects broader regional tensions, with significant concerns about escalation into a wider conflict. For domestic pressures within Iran regarding economic issues and public sentiment further complicate its military decisions. As Election Day approaches in the US, concerns around election security and foreign interference are growing. The Giro Media article discusses the potential implications of Iranian actions against Israel on public confidence in the electoral process. Analysts emphasize the vulnerabilities in the period between voting and the final certification, highlighting the strategic considerations underlying potential military actions in the Middle East. The timing of potential Iranian attacks could be aimed at influencing U.S. politics and public opinion, adding another layer of complexity to the already volatile situation. The situation in the Middle East remains highly volatile, with the potential for further escalation and significant geopolitical implications. The ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran, along with their respective allies, continues to shape the regional dynamics and poses serious risks to international stability. The strategic decisions made by both nations in the coming days will be crucial in determining the future trajectory of this conflict. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the escalating tensions between Iran and Israel. Stay tuned to USA Affairs for more updates and in-depth analysis. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest developments.